Hey everybody, welcome back to another reaction video. This one is Criminal Minds. You are not alone. Link down below in the description for the Patreon. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel. If you're new here, hit that notification bell. That way you know when videos post immediately. And let's go. Alright, so I'm going to go over basically what it's about because I have no idea. It's Criminal Minds. I'm assuming criminal minds, assessing criminal minds. That's my best guess. Alright, the unit itself is based entirely on the real-life BAU built by FBI profiler John Douglas. What the hell is BAU? Oh, FBI's Behavioral Analysis Unit at Quantico. Alright, that's FBI headquarters if you don't know. Shows former main character and current main character are both partially based on John Douglas himself with respect to different aspects of their personalities. The show abandons the common format of procedural dramas by focusing more on the criminals and their victims instead of the main cast. That's interesting. That would actually be pretty cool. Throughout the episodes, quotations from famous philosophers are often recited by the cast. These quotations are relevant to the episode's plot and help to bring the pieces of the case together. Previously, it was always Jason Gideon who recited them, but since his departure, the rest of the cast have taken over, quotations mainly being quoted by the prominent character of that episode. Interesting. Interesting.
Stay with me, baby. Come on, stay with me. No, I'm not letting you go. Help me!
She never made it off the table.
Sometimes you do everything right. Everything exactly right, and still you feel like you failed.
Don't they understand that we're a family? That's why this works, is because we're a family? Do they even care?
There's a quote by my favorite author, Joseph Campbell, and it goes like this. Find a place inside where there's joy, and the joy will burn out the pain.
This is a song about somebody else.
By the way, that would be a really hard life. There's so many jobs that would be a difficult life emotionally. ER doctor, ER nurse, regular doctor, regular nurse, ICU, police officer, firefighter. Like your behavioral analysis unit, like you're seeing so much awful crap throughout the day. People dying, terrible things happening to people, seeing someone's final breaths, like that stuff is nightmare fuel for someone who's not in it. And I'm sure it's nightmare fuel for someone that's in it. And I'm assuming there's probably a lot of substance abuse in those professions, just to kind of cope. There's got to be some level of cope that goes along with it. But yeah, this would be so hard to do day in and day out for years. Ooh.
Hodge, what am I supposed to do?
The amount of therapy.
I worked the case, Daddy, just like you said.
Hurt yourself. Don't looking too closely. Looking too closely. No.
It's over. It's okay. Wait! I'm serious. No matter how awful you think it is, I promise you, you are not alone.
Put your arms around somebody else. And don't punish yourself. Truth is like blood underneath your fingernails. And you don't want to hurt yourself. Looking too closely.
I recognize some of these
The
people.
most beautiful things in life cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart.
Looking too close.
Then I think about how
True.
scared you must be.
It's a dark place all alone. But you're not alone, okay? You are not alone. We are in that dark place with you. We are waving flashlights and calling your name. So if you can see us, come home. But if you can't, then you stay alive. Because we're coming. Hurry! Hurry! Okay. You're okay.
Link down below in the description. Go throw it some love. It was an excellent edit. Great song to go with it. I don't know if you've ever seen or heard of the show 48 Hours, but it is a real reality show based on you have 48 hours to solve a murder or at least get some sort of lead after a homicide, and then the percentage of solving that case goes down almost to an unbelievable level. So with this kind of show and these kind of monsters and trying to find where this person may be, the victim or whatever, maybe they're tied up, maybe they're unconscious, whatever, the time you have to find that person after the call is just minuscule. It's unbelievable. It's a crazy job that it even has to be a job. But the fact that people do that day in and day out is just... I don't know how they do it, honestly. Being a homicide detective would be horrendous. You would be doing a lot of good, you know, bringing people to justice, but having to deal with crime scene photos, autopsies, crime scenes, being there yourself, having to go to some really sketchy places to try to find whoever did something. I mean, it would just be really difficult, and that would grind on you all day and all night. It's kind of interesting that they took the opposite approach of not really focusing on the main characters and focusing more on the cases. I kind of like that in a way, where it becomes less of a game of interdynamics between the people on the team and more of a what happened here, how do we solve it, how do we find it. I would probably equate that very much to like Law and Order. Those shows don't really get into the main cast a lot. I mean, we do know a little bit about them, but like SVU and Criminal Intent, especially Criminal Intent, most of that is just trying to figure out what happened and then an incredible interrogation scene. Tom Segura had a joke regarding First 48, which is very funny. He actually goes in and describes the whole thing. If you haven't seen it or heard of it, check it out on YouTube. It's definitely available. But basically the whole thing is, if you've never seen an interrogation in the First 48, it is intense because it's an actual interrogation. Have you seen Criminal Minds? What do you like about the show? Do you enjoy that it's more pointed towards the cases, or do you wish it would get more towards the main cast? I've heard of quite a few people watching the show, and I've even been recommended it in the past, but I've just never gotten around to it. Do you love the show? Do you hate the show? Do you wish there could be something different with the show? Let me know down below in the comments. Thank you so much for your time and for watching. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Link below for the Patreon. Thanks so much for subscribing to the channel, and I shall see you on the next one.